8 of the finals.
Big shot after big shot from both teams. Gilgeous-Alexander on the drive and gets the bounce. 44 points for the MVP. They're throwing haymakers here in overtime. For the first time in NBA history, a team will play double overtime in their first 2 games. The brilliance of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander once again on display. Career high 55 points for the MVP.
Is this going to become a thing? You guys go into double overtime?
If it ends in wins, we'll take it. AD said he don't.
SJ scored a career-high 55 points in the Thunder's double overtime win over the Pacers, and he was not the only one who showed out last night. Steph Curry put up 42 to help the Warriors take down the Nuggets in OT. Both teams are now 2-0. Stephen A., I come to you. Have the Warriors or Thunder had the more impressive start to the season?
Well, let me say this to you. The reigning defending champions are led by the reigning league MVP, which is Shai Butter. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The brother is something spectacular, and he's letting you know it was not a fluke. What you see is what you get. But I'm going to tell y'all something right now. Keep your eyes on the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry, the greatest shooter God has ever created, went out there last night, 35 in the second half, 22 in the last 6 minutes. This brother is just on another level. And remember I said this, RC and Cam, because I know y'all basketball. The pickup of Al Horford, old man Horford. Do not underestimate that. It's 2 things, there's 3 things that he does. He will defend. He obviously spells for Draymond Green having to be on bigger dudes, which is just going to make Draymond even better. All right? And he can stretch the floor because he can hit open threes. If you got a big that hits open threes for Golden State with Steph Curry out there,
watch out.
Lord have mercy.
Look.
Lord have mercy.
Okay, here's my question for you, though. Who played the tougher teams, right? Because Houston, we're expecting Houston to be one of those teams that's down in the stretch.
That's true.
Within the Western Conference. Indiana's coming off of a championship appearance, and they showed even in Game 7 without Halliburton that they're a difficult team. The Nuggets and the Lakers without LeBron.
That's
who has
fair.
the more?
That's fair. But here's what I would say to you. That doesn't apply to shooters.
Okay.
Remember I said that. When you can shoot the best, when you can pull up from 30, it don't matter who it is.
Okay.
It don't matter who it is. Now, if you drop stepping, dunking on people, you get to the hole, there's no resistance in the lane and stuff. That's different. But when you bury in threes, that don't matter. The competition don't matter then.
Stephen A., I think this is an encore for SGA, though. I still think people are trying to figure out, okay, is he that dude? And we watched him. We thought he could have won it 2 years ago. You won MVP, Finals MVP, the whole thing last year.
I don't think that's the case.
This year.
I think they know. I think everybody knows. I think they won about everybody else. Ain't nobody won about Shai Butter. Shai Butter's that dude. And nobody questioning that no more.
There comes a moment in time in every athlete's career or their journey where the light clicks or the light just switches on. SGA had that moment, and what we're seeing out of him now, it's happening.
Yes.
Right? And the awakening of, I know I'm good. Now it's time to dominate and cement or start to structure my legacy now.
Let me say this to you. There's 2 things in life, in basketball rather, that would be unfair. Wembanyama and what you saw the other night, that's unfair. It's 7'5", handle and shoot like that. That's one thing. The other would be if Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets a bona fide permanent 3-point shot. It wouldn't be fair.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be fair. He's unguardable now. Imagine if that happened.
Look, Shai Butter with 55. I mean, look,
what else
SGA, what else do you need? He is already there.
Shai Butter keep them elbows, too, from being ashy.
You know what? Anyway, let's go back to the NFL.
The 50-point club was open. There were a couple of members last night on a late night in the NBA. We're going quality over quantity, all right? We have Aaron Gordon. We have the Nuggets. They're taking on the Dubs in San Fran, or Frisco, as the locals prefer. That's Aaron Gordon from the outside in the second quarter. And then again from Big Honey, Nikola Jokic had 10 dimes. And Gordon just filling it up. I mean, he had 7 threes. He was 7 for 7 from deep in the first half. That's time for the most made threes without a miss in the first half since at least 97-98. That was the play-by-play era. That's when they started keeping track of that. He'd actually make 10 threes on the night. He was 10 of 11. Oh, you like threes, do you? Oh, can I interest you in Steph Curry? Oh, look at that. Pulling up from deep. Man, had 36 points after halftime. Gordon rising up. He finished with a career high 50. He went 496 games between 40-point games. He had one in 2017 for the Magic. Now in 2025, that's Steph. That's from 32 feet. I mean, that's from Marin. That's from wine country. Napa, maybe Sausalito nearby. I went to Sonoma in June. I don't even talk about San Francisco. I'll tell you that. And then Jokic tipping it. It didn't go. Draymond Green had some tremendous defense. Jokic should have 21 points, go 13 rebounds. So he had a triple-double. And then the Warriors working it to Al Horford. The year is 2052. Al Horford is 60. And he's still getting buckets. With those beautiful lashes. Al Horford, he does have eyes he lost it. You better find some breadcrumbs, leave a trail to get back out of those eyes. That's Jimmy Butler. He hits a three. Steph hits with the night-night. Butler wouldn't reciprocate. And Steph said after the game, he goes, he left me on an island. That's a lonely island. Nautical themed Pashmina Afghan and such. This is Steph with a rebound, and then he just dribbles through everybody. All of Lodo, all of Denver, all of it. He just dribbles downtown. Yeah, just dribbles on through. All of Rado, I'm not sure. But Steph goes 42. Gordon's 50, not enough as the Dubs win in OT.
It's Rado if you're local. It's Rado. You can immediately tell that person's not from Church It Up. Rado.
SGA, the defending champs, in a NBA Finals rematch against the Indiana Pacers, who are opening their season. They raised their Eastern Conference champions banner last night. SGA coming off a double OT win in their season opener against the Rockets. Doesn't care about your banner. He goes high off the glass. Thunder take a 1-point lead. We're in the fourth quarter. 10 seconds to go. Pascal Siakam putting Chet Holmgren on skates, and that's just a big bear on skates. 32 points, 15 boards. Pacers tied at 1:13. 7 seconds to go. Benedict Mathurin, I'm not going to say put the clamps on SGA. It was a double OT. It was a long shot. Mr. Halliburton, 23-26 from SGA from the free throw line, and he was equally as efficient from the field. This is SGA working top three, and then we got the Bunnies back. We're tied at 120. Next Pacers possession, it's Siakam. Come get this work. Pacers up 122 to 120. 30 seconds to go. SGA on the other end. They'll give it right back. 50-point game for Shai Gilgeous. He has 5 50-point games, all of them coming in the calendar year of 2025. He's on his way to a new career high. He was previously 54. That is going to nearly get him to 55. Chet Holmgren, no, on the offensive rebound. So we go to double OT. That could have won the game. It was off the front of the cup. So in the second overtime, we enter the Thunder down 2. SGA, man, this SJ Bennett Mathurin matchup was awesome. You heard the whistle off the glass. Mathurin fouled out of the game. OKC up 1 after the made free throw. It's your MVP, man. Left-hand finish. That gets him to 51. Under a minute to go. Chet Holmgren going to get the offensive rebound. No. If at first you don't succeed, look for a whistle. 30 seconds to go. OKC up 6. Obi Toppin, left-hand finish with 20 seconds to go, and Chet Holmgren going to try to get the rock in, and Obi Toppin, he picks it, but the refs blew the ball dead because Oklahoma City called a timeout. You know who doesn't like it? Rick Carlisle. What did he say right there, man?
Something that we can't.
You can't say it. SGA, new career high 55 as the Thunder get back-to-back double OT wins, 141-135. So Shai Gilgeous putting the league on notice. 90 points so far this season with his career high 55 on Thursday. That is the most by a reigning MVP through the first 2 games of an NBA season in NBA history. Correct. More than Wilt, more than Jordan.
We are about 24 hours removed from one of the most impactful sports stories coming to light. A current NBA player, Terry Rozier, and current coach, Chauncey Billups, arrested as part of a wide-ranging investigation into illegal sports betting and rigged poker games. Both men face charges of wire fraud and money laundering conspiracy in this case. Both Billups and Rozier have been placed on leave by the NBA. And Tim Bontemps was at yesterday's FBI press conference, joining us now on SportsCenter AM. Tim, what's been the league's reaction to these developments over the last 24 hours?
Yeah, really shocked and surprised, Randy. I mean, obviously, you just went through those highlights of the Nuggets-Warriors games and the Thunder-Pacer game last night. It's been an incredible week of action on the court. The first week of the NBA season, Victor Wembanyama having a spectacular return from his deep vein thrombosis diagnosis back in February. You had the Thunder-Rockets game on Tuesday. So there's all this excitement about the start of the season. And yesterday morning, everybody wakes up to this stunning revelation that not only is Terry Rozier somebody who has been, implicated in potential improper betting a couple of years ago. That story was maybe not as big of a surprise. But Chauncey Billups, as you see here, being involved in any of this stuff certainly was a surprise to people around the league and not something anybody saw coming. And just have this story drop right now with the way the league has gotten off to this start, obviously with the focus on the start of the season, the fact that the NBA is now having to react to this, have to take another hard look at the idea of, is there a need to have more stringent reporting on injuries to avoid having this gray area that has existed for a long time, where a lot of people within teams are aware of when guys are going to play or not for several hours during the day. That's something to watch going forward. But certainly a lot of reverberations and questions going forward in light of yesterday's indictments.
Yeah, and both the Heat and Blazers are back in action tonight because the season does move on. So how are each of these teams planning to move forward now, given everything that's transpired over the last 24 hours?
Well, obviously, Randy, there's a ton of stuff off the court to sort through, right? So we'll see where that goes. As far as on-the-court impact from yesterday's news, Terry Rozier at this point, his biggest value to the Heat, frankly, is as an expiring $26 million contract. He's a guy who's on the fringe of their rotation, if in it at all. So I don't think there'll be a ton of day-to-day impact on the Heat other than losing a reserve guard. The real thing that's going to have an impact on the court from yesterday's news is the fact that Portland Trailblazers are now without Chauncey Billups, a guy who just got extended this spring alongside Joe Cronin, the GM of the team. They just extended Jayden Sharpe, Toumani Camara earlier this week. This is a team that was hoping to take a step forward this year and contend for a playoff spot. They had a very encouraging season debut Wednesday night at home against Minnesota. Needed Anthony Edwards to go for 41. Hit a couple of crazy shots late to beat them. I came out of watching that game thinking this is a team that could contend for a play-in spot in the very difficult Western Conference. And then less than 12 hours later, their head coach is in the middle of a federal indictment. So obviously for a young team trying to take steps forward and grow, having to deal with this obviously completely out of left field thing for their franchise, and having Thiago Splitter take over, as you see on the screen, that's going to be a huge storyline to follow moving forward for them.
Yeah, okay. Tim Bogdan, we appreciate the latest here on SportsCenter. Thank you, Tim.